Jim Norton Show starts now.
Yes, it does. That music just signifies that great things are about to happen. The Ropers theme song just picks me up like nothing else does. Last week I wound up my first week of the Advice Show. Thanks for all the nice feedback on Twitter, those of you that enjoyed it. People were moved by the veteran email I read at the end, the guy who wants to commit suicide. And I've got another email from another veteran who I forwarded to him. So I think that he's going to at least hopefully move in the right direction. And but I've decided to do more phone calls this week because that just seemed to be the more fun part of the show. But again, the number is 866-969-1969 if you want to call in. But I will start with an email because this week, obviously, with the shootings, everybody's obsessing over mental illness, which I guess we should as a country. People are just talking about mental illness, and I think we're all a little fucking disgusted with it. You know? I think we're all a little tired of hearing about mental illness. Like, it needs to be talked about, but we're sick of the effect that the mentally ill have on the rest of us. And, like whenever Opie mentions it, I feel for him so much because his mom, he talks about it, he's very open, had mental illness. And I get angry for him. I'm like, how the fuck did you deal with that? So this email comes from a guy, let's just call him Tony. I don't know if he wants his real name used. But this email annoyed me so much for him. He goes, my name is Tony. My half-sister has some kind of a mental hormonal imbalance. She's super aggressive, disgusting, and ugly, which sounds like most singles ads that I've answered. Aggressive, ugly smoker. She spends her time drinking energy drinks, smoking, and lifting weights. And for years, this mental problem she's had leads her to constantly be aggressive, manic, physically and emotionally violent. She's tall and fat with big arms. I mention this because I can't match her physically, nor can my parents, and certainly not when she's manic. She's lost her job and has no desire to find a new one, nor does she want to lose weight or improve herself. She's lost her old place. She now lives with us and is determined to make everybody's life miserable. Like, reading this for the first time, I was kind of like, I hate her. She's a hateable person. Your sister is a fucking, she sounds like the monster that Bugs Bunny did her hair. You remember that one? Monsters are such interesting people. Your sister's a big galoot, and I kind of want her to pick me up and cuddle me in her big fat arms. But I got angry for you reading this email. Just thinking about her rage and her bad breath, her fucking cigarette, energy drink, crazy lady breath. And I'll breeze through the last part of the email. He writes, here's her typical MO. Blame everyone and everything for her lot in life. She does nothing to improve herself. Push people into fighting her. And when they do, she plays the victim. Example, yesterday she blocked me on my way up to my room to tell me how she nearly died and Mom wouldn't help her. She was mixing her medication with booze, apparently. And when I didn't want to hear it, she knocked the glasses off my head by slapping my face. When I fought back, she then shouted that I started everything and that my mother and I were conspiring against her. It got physical, and I still can't eat properly because my jaw being swollen. Now, he goes on, there's a little bit more. But, like, first of all, the problem, dude, she sounds like a fucking slob, and you should move out as soon as possible. Or your parents should have a little more moral courage and throw her out. Stop coddling this fat fuck. Stop coddling this fucking fat monster. She's a detriment to your family. I say she has mental illness, and I'm sorry to hear that. But boot this fucking pig out of the house. Because she's making decisions to not take her medication or to mix booze with medicine. So that's my advice to you. Stop coddling this fucking destructive slob. I've had enough of mentally ill people fucking it up for the rest of us. And we have any phone calls tonight? I'm hoping people call on the phones.
Yeah, you want to go to one?
Yes.
Let's go to Tony.
Hi, Tony. Is that the Tony I just read?
No.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, Tony. Yes.
Hey, is this Jim?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I'm someone else. I have a different dilemma.
Okay.
Well, basically, Towhead Radio, he's fucking your sister. And, well, she apparently she's not into Arabs. Well, wait, did you affect her, man? Is that what happened?
I didn't hear, dude, your phone is cutting out, brother. I didn't hear you.
Is that what happened?
Your phone is cutting out.
Can you hear me now?
What did you say?
I got this girl, I've been trying to... am I allowed to swear or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to, fuck, but she says she doesn't want to date Arabs. I told her, who your brother? She told me Jim Norton. So I told her, what? Can I put
Dude, your
myself in
phone
Iraqi
is
your pussy or no?
your phone is crapping out. Are you calling from a landline or a cell line?
Calling from a cell line.
Okay, slow down and pay attention and make sure that it's not crapping out.
All right. Is it better now?
Now I can hear you.
Okay. Basically, I'm trying to fuck this chick.
I heard you! You dumbbell! 3 times you said it. You're plugging towel head radio. 3 times he said it! All right, who's next? I love when they repeat themselves.
Mitchell in Illinois.
Hi, Mitch.
Hey, Jim. How you doing?
Good, buddy. How are you?
I am doing great. Now I'm listening to you.
Oh, good.
I obviously you've read the problem. I've been married for 2 years, and my mother-in-law is an insatiable whore. She's ruining the marriage between my wife and I, and the question that I have, and it's kept me up.
Wait, hold on 1 second. Not to interrupt you, but when you say she's an insatiable whore, now is she married or is she just fucking a lot of different guys?
Well, she's married, but the problem is that is really bothering me is I really want to know if you would ever consider doing a show in Peoria. I'll hang up and listen.
Sir, that had nothing to do with your question. Here's what I'll say about Peoria, Illinois. It's the birthplace of Richard Pryor, so I have a tremendous affection for Peoria, Illinois. Would I do a show there? Probably not. Why? Because I don't think Peoria's people would enjoy me. I think that's pretty much am I wrong that that's a black area? And I just don't think I would draw very well there. I don't think black people enjoy me on stage. So to answer your question, yes, you should fuck your mother-in-law. And B, no, I will not come to Peoria. So it's a yes and a no. All right, who's next? Trav Dog on the phones today.
Let's do John.
Hi, John.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Jimmy. Good morning. How are you?
Hi, buddy.
I'm married. I got 2 kids. The youngest kid, rather, is 10. After my wife had our second kid, she stopped, being into sex, and I can't go down on her. I can't see her naked. We have sex once or twice a week in missionary position, and what happened is I got a couple girlfriends in the past, because I need, you need that type of initiation. You need that type of emotional and physical love. But the girls are crazy. They become attracted to me. They want to marry me, and it becomes a whole thing. So.
Oh, you mean girlfriends on the side?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I don't like that, because then girls get fucking crazy, and so anyways, I started getting into cross-dressing and going to transsexual clubs and that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not into gay guys, and it's a weird thing.
Let me ask you, is there somebody on the phone, or am I just thinking out loud?
No.
I'm kidding. Sorry, no.
Yeah.
But well, maybe you're just bored. Either maybe you just like transsexuals because they turn you on and they've always turned you on, or maybe it's a new high. It's a hard thing to say, because you might just be bored. Like sometimes especially with computers, looking around, if there wasn't for computers, I never would have watched a horse fuck a guy to death. I never would have watched a chicken getting fucked. But because you can click on a link and see it, you do. And occasionally we stumble on new turn-ons doing that. I think that maybe is what happened to you, unless you used to like trannies.
No, I never thought about liking trannies or anything like that. But then as I wasn't getting any sex or anything from my wife, I see stuff on the computer, and then I start Googling, and they have, there's some places in New York and Boston that I go to, and you can meet girls like that. And it was very attractive and hot.
So you were having sex with them? Were you at least using protection? And don't lie.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I've only had sex with them a few times, but I like hanging out with them and talking with them, and they give the best blowjobs you ever want to have. You know that. But
I've heard.
only one Asian girl I had to have sex with me a few times, and then that was it, because I'm nervous about diseases.
Yeah, you should be nervous about diseases, and I think a lot of it is, a lot of times what happens to married people, and from what I've heard, is that the women, they go into the mother mode, and they don't become as experimental sexually, and maybe the guys don't want to fuck them anymore because there's a kid there and she's the mother of your child. I don't know what happens. It does change things from what I've been told.
I'll tell you what happens. Me and a lot of my friends I know, and talk about the tranny things with my friends, but most of my friends, 9 out of 10 of them, as soon as the women have kids, they just become assholes. Their hormones go crazy, and they rag you. They don't want to have sex, and they blame you for everything, and they're just fucking assholes. So it's very unbearable. Now, sometimes it doesn't happen. Like I know Opie says it doesn't. If you have tons of dough, I do very well. But if you have tons of dough, and maybe they have a different relationship. But 9 out of 10 of my friends and people I know, after they have kids, it's just fucking torture.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I mean, again, most people do fall into that category. I don't know what to tell you. Now, come on. Now, did you ever look at transsexuals before when you were growing up, or think about it, or jerk off thinking about your friends or anything?
No, I never even knew about transsexuals, to be honest with you, growing up. I never even thought about it, knew about it. The first time I saw a transsexual, I was in college. We were at some video place, me and my roommate. We were getting some videos, and they had an X-rated section. We went in the back, and he picked one up. It was called She-Male Nurse or something. He started showing it to me, saying, hey, look at that, She-Male Nurse. You like she-males. And then I looked at it, and I was like, that's a little bit different.
Who was in that? Was that Sulka? She was a famous transsexual star from years ago, Sulka.
I don't know who it was. We didn't rent it or anything, but I remember he and then after that, I didn't really realize it, and then and that was early 90s, and then porn wasn't on the computer then, but as soon as porn was on the computer, I realized it, and some of those sites are really hot, so I was like, oh man, I like this shit.
All right, well, good luck, brother. I don't know what I can help you with, but I hope it works out, and, try to get your wife to be naked and a little dirtier, because you don't want to just totally lose her.
All right, thanks, Jimmy.
Be good, brother.
Bye.
Trav Dog, who's next?
Ryan.
Oh.
Ryan.
Hello, Ryan.
Yeah, hey, Jim. How's it going, buddy?
I'm good, buddy. How are you?
I'm been okay. I'm pretty much addicted to snorting oxycodones. Nobody in my family knows whatsoever. I've hidden it very, very well. It's about a $700 to $800 a habit a week.
Wow.
And I want to get help, but I can't. I don't know what step. I can't go to rehab.
Why not?
What am I going to tell my family? I got to take a check, go away for 30 days to go to rehab. I just don't know how to explain it to my wife, to my family. It's really gotten a grasp of my life, and I just don't know. I just don't know how to approach it. And I want to get help, but I just don't know how do I approach it to explain to my family that, I've had this pill addiction for probably 5 to 7 years now.
Well, Ryan, there's a couple of ways. You could either give a worse scenario first, like you could walk up to them and say, look, I've been molesting children, and they'll go, what? And you go, nah, I'm just kidding, but I have been doing pills. And they'll go, oh, thank God, it's only pills. Or what you could do is weigh the options. Like, what is your family going to think if you're arrested buying oxycodone? What are they going to think if you are driving under the influence and you kill somebody? Or what are they going to think? See, the ways they could find out are all much worse than you confessing to them. You saying to your family, look, I have a problem. This is what I've been doing and I need rehab, is the best case scenario of ways they could find out. My suggestion would be, I know it's really hard to talk about this stuff, but your health is at stake. There's no way you're as good a family man doing this stuff as you will be when you're not doing it. There's no way. First of all, you're throwing all that money that should be going into your family away on it. So I don't know your wife, obviously, but I would suggest very strongly going to rehab, because the most important thing is you not doing those drugs. It's more important than anything is you stopping where you are right now and taking steps that's going to save your life. Because honestly, dude, there's nothing more important than you sobering up. And if they leave you for it, well, they would have left you anyway if they found out. Is he still here? Oh, right. Yeah. Like let's say you get arrested with oxycodone, or they find it in your pocket, or there's some way they find it. They're going to know anyway. And wouldn't you rather have them know, saying, look, I'm sick, I can't stop. Maybe you want to try a few NA meetings first. Maybe you can go talk to a couple of people in Narcotics Anonymous or another program if you find one, and see what they have to say, and maybe have one of them sit down with you and give you a little one-on-one advice too. Like, get to know you a little better than I can in a minute on the phone.
I struggle with the idea of just, I guess because I've been addicted to them for so long, I struggle with the idea of how am I going to even go through day-to-day life without being high?
You can do it. You can do it. And what's happening is the sick part of us gives us reasons why we can't give it up. Realize that you saying, I can't tell my family, is just the addict side of you giving you an excuse to keep doing it. Like, if telling your family would enable you to do a lot more drugs easier, the addict side would be saying, I got to tell my family. It's anything to keep the addiction going. The sick part of us.
And that's all it is. I just rationalize it in my head.
Sure.
You know, keep ignoring the problem just to keep getting high.
Yes, and I definitely understand that. And it's something we all do, man. It's a common thing. Like, I've never met you, and I know that. It's because we all do it. So just understand that your best methods, your best thinking got you right where you are right now. I would just suggest going to a 12-step group, talking to a couple of people there, and one of them will sit down with you and maybe help you work out a way that you can work this into your family and maybe go to a rehab. But you got to be willing, and you got to take the first step, dude. It's kind of like Apex Tech. You have to take the first step.
Yeah.
All right?
I appreciate it.
But yeah, touch back out and let us know how you're doing. But honestly, man, you should do it because it gets better beyond where you ever think it can get better. Everything I have is because I'm sober. Everything I have gotten is because I'm sober.
Thanks, buddy.
All right. Good luck, my friend.
Another call?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's go to Jeff.
Jeff.
Hey, Jimmy, how you doing?
I'm good, Jeff. How are you?
Oh, I've been better. I've had a lovely fever for the last 3 days, and just got a card from the love of my life. It was a handwritten Christmas card, which I've never got before, and she's totally gone with some other guy, and I just don't know what to do.
Wait, so she wrote you a Christmas card and told you I'm leaving you in a Christmas card?
No. She knows that she's the love of my life, but she's just always been away. Like, she's just been a friend, and friend zone for forever, and never got through it.
Okay, you're the guy friend.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. How long have you been friends with her?
Almost 12 years.
You know, one of my girlfriends, and I know that this is a torture that men deal with. Being the guy friend stinks. I was in love with a friend of mine, and I finally told her, does this girl know that you love her?
Yes.
See, I finally told this girl in an email, only because I didn't want to, I wasn't afraid to say it to her, but I didn't want her to feel uncomfortable. I wanted her to have her own space and her own energy. And she said, look, I don't feel that way. Your past is too scary to me and blah, blah, blah. So I said, okay. And I just kind of stopped being friends with her. Not angrily, not fuck you, bitch, but this is hurting me too much. There was one point where I went to LA and I came back and she's like, how long have you been back for? I'm like, 6 months. And she's like, you didn't call me? And I'm like, well, no, because we wound up dating for 1.5 years and we broke up. And you know what? Staying friends, I'm glad I dated her in hindsight, but it would have been okay if we just stayed friends too. Sometimes you got to realize that you're idealizing somebody because you don't have them. And once you're in a relationship, all the shit that happens in a relationship that's bad with other girls can happen with this one too. Like, sometimes we build these other people up in our heads so much because deep down we know they're inaccessible, so they can become this ongoing fucking fantasy, this ongoing goal to reach, this goal to achieve. But once you achieve it, you realize, oh, it's the same thing. I still want to fuck other girls, or I still want to do this, or she still nags me to go see her family and I don't want to, or I still have to bitch at her to do this. It's the same as every other girlfriend. So my suggestion would be not angrily, not be a dick about it, but maybe spend a lot less time with this girl or cut her out of your life because it's just too uncomfortable. And why would you put yourself through that?
Yeah, well, I mean, I hear we're going there. Like, we did hook up a little bit, and I feel shitty about it because I was cheating on my friend because he was in Iraq. So there's lots of other things that are.
Wait, she was dating your friend? And
kind of. I mean, they were kind of dating. He was kind of fucking everything he could come into because he was in Iraq.
Sure.
But he's a scumbag too. Like, we're both shitty people, and I get that. And
I wouldn't say you're shitty people, dude. We all do dick things when it comes. You know what's the expression? 50 bad men can't ruin one good woman, but one bad woman can ruin 50 good men. The things that we do, and I'm not blaming women; it's our own weakness. But any woman can make most men act like complete assholes for the sex. So
Yeah.
you shouldn't do it never to your friends ever. But, don't shoot yourself over it.
No, I'm not going to be bad, but we talked about it. Like, I told my friend when I came home. I was like,
okay.
This is what happened, and I'm sorry. And, like, we're still friends. Because I'm not that shitty person that's going to hide it and try to avoid it. But, I had to tell my friend that I did this horrible thing to him, and that's why we're still friends.
Well, so what is your thing with this girl? What is it you want to happen?
When I first met her, it was that stupid storybook love thing where I didn't meet her for a reason, but I did, and it was, I fell in love immediately. And now she's, I live in Pittsburgh, she lives in Brooklyn, and, like, we definitely have, like, a love thing, but it's now, it's one of those things where all I want to do is, I realize I'm not going to be with her, but I want her to be protected, and this scares me when you see shitty stuff like what happens in Connecticut and all that stuff. But like,
well, unless she's 6 years old, I wouldn't worry about her being shot in a first grade classroom.
Yeah.
Honestly, dude, you can't look at that and then look at I want to protect her because something bad might happen to her. I mean, 9/11 affected people like that. Let me ask you a question. Do you jerk off thinking about her?
Never.
See, that's exactly. You're in the exact same boat that I was in. You're idealizing her. To me, I'm not saying you should only look at women that you're jerking off, but if you're not looking at her as a complete person. You're looking at her as this rescue from your emotional state, or this amazing fantasy goal. But how are you not jerking off to her? Like, literally, if you're that into a girl, you should be.
I could. I've actually found this video that has a girl that looks exactly like her, and it fucking creeped me out because the guy looked kind of like my friend, but it wasn't him because I asked him, and it was one of those things where that I was able to. Because I was able to put somewhere else,
right?
And I was able to hide it, and because I wasn't raised up super religious, but I was raised up to be a decent person.
Yeah.
And so I was afraid to jerk off to chicks that I know about.
I also think that's a separation of love and sex, where girls I love, and I want to hold and kiss them on the cheek and be angelic with, and then girls I want to fuck are different. There's a really weird love and sex separation. We call it like the Madonna whore thing, which men have. And I don't think women necessarily have that. I think men do. My suggestion would be, since she knows how you feel, and she's not reciprocating those feelings, to maybe detach with love for a while. But there's no reason to be hanging out with somebody that you're looking at the relationship different. Me and Bob Kelly hang out, and I'm not in love with Bob Kelly. So his love for his wife doesn't threaten me.
I love dick tits too, but I mean, that's not what it's about.
Well, Bob's more to me than just big tits. It's the bald head, it's the accent, it's the juicy Samoan lips. All right. Well, thank you for the call, brother. I would just suggest sparing yourself and detaching with love, and don't be angry about it and don't make a big deal about it. Just kind of drift away and let her do her thing.
All right. Thank you, Jimmy. Love you, buddy.
All right. Good luck, my friend.
All right. See you.
What? Oh, yeah. This is a really weird email I got, and I wasn't going to read this one. But this guy's kind of like, he says, look, the holidays are almost here. Don't wait. I mean, I want to get a gift for the woman in my life, and it's got to be a great gift. And I'm like most guys, I have no clue what to get. And dude, here's my suggestion. I would say Steven Singer. I mean, like, Steven has the best suggestions for the holidays. I mean, this is just me talking. And I understand that there's free shipping and a 90-day, no hassle. You're obviously in distress, sir. It's a no hassle back guarantee. And you don't even have to move to check it out. I mean, you were able to email me this very, very poignant, tear-filled question. So go to IHateStevenSinger.com and just see his great collections. I mean, last year we talked about Steven Singer's Super Silver Argentium with Diamonds collection. I'm just thinking this now kind of off the cuff. And from what I understand, Steven may now have expanded that collection. So, hey, look, take a look at the love necklace. That's my advice. What, you don't have $129? You have enough time to email me. You don't have a job that pays you $129? It makes the perfect gift, you silly goose. And Steven Singer's Super Silver Argentium, it's not only beautiful, my friend, it's whiter and brighter than platinum, white gold, and traditional sterling silver. See, I'm just improvising this. So every time I say sterling, I want to go, it is high, it is far. Sterling silver, that's silver that ruins the game by overacting the calls. This collection, it cannot get any better. So to answer your tear-filled email question, go to IHateStevenSinger.com because, look, first of all, there's fast and easy shipping because the guy goes, oh, here's the part of the email I forgot in parentheses. He goes, Jim, I'm concerned that I'll get her something and it won't get here on time. What the fuck? And I say you're going to have a great gift in time for the holidays. So you check out the Super Silver Argentium and Diamond Collection today, starting at $129. Look, if you're in Philly, and this guy says I'm not in Philly, but I'm saying if you are in Philly, it's at the other corner of 8th and Walnut, because he said, I went to Philly once, and I was on one corner of 8th and Walnut, and I saw nothing that helped me. There was just a dildo store. So, sir, the other corner of 8th and Walnut, and, this guy says, look, I just got a phone with my email. I'm so happy. So it's funny you have a phone, so I would say on the phone, dial 888-I-HATE-STEVEN-SINGER, and online is IHateStevenSinger.com. That's my answer to your question. This guy's name is Bill, right outside of Philly. That was a good improv on the name, Jim. So we have any more calls, Travis? I mean,
that's great advice.
Yeah. I mean, I just wanted to go to an email and break it up.
Okay, go back to calls?
Yeah, go back to calls.
How about Matt in Arizona?
Oh, Matt in AZ. I was just in AZ doing a private party. Sorry, that's all about me. Hi, Matt.
How you doing?
Welcome aboard.
Thank you. I've always had this dream about being a stand-up comic. Any advice on how I could get started with something like that?
How old a guy are you?
22.
Perfect. I started when I was 21. Here's my answer I've gotten a lot of emails about this too. Here's my answer. I would suggest write down everything you think is funny. Write it down. Maybe it won't be as funny next week, but put it on paper. Get yourself a little body of things you can look at and work on. Find an open mic and go on stage. We're going to hang up on you just because your phone is really bad, but please listen to the, I'm not cutting you off, but your phone is a little bit, you have a lot of air coming over the line there. But Matt in Arizona, and to all you aspiring comedians, I would suggest write down the things you think are funny. And it's about establishing a relationship with the audience. Like, we're all funny with our friends because we have private inside jokes. Like, Sal will walk in and I'll just go, hey, look at this papete-haired douche. And we laugh because that's a private joke between me and Sal. Sal laughs. He smiles. So how do you establish that relationship with strangers who are in the audience? How do you immediately make them want to listen to you? That's something you learn by going on stage. One of the greatest gifts I got as a comedian when I started was this middle act. I've never seen her since. Her name was Lynn Vecchio. And I've tried to find her to thank her because I had never done stand-up. And I said to her, I asked advice, and she stood there and talked to me for a half hour. And she was the middle act, either for Quentin Heggs or Otto and George. And she just talked to me and she listened to me. And she made me realize that I had to go up and actually try it to try it. There's no other way. And I love that. I want to do something for this woman so bad because I would never, ever forgot that time she took to talk to me. So I would suggest getting on stage. Don't keep stand-up as a secret dream for yourself. Sometimes we don't try things because we're afraid that if we try them and fail, we're not afraid of failing. We're afraid of losing that little secret place that we can go to. You know what I mean? That little secret fantasy you have for yourself, whether it's being a comedian or being whatever it is. And trying and failing means the loss of that secret place, which is the heartbreaking part of it. So, my friend, try it a few times. If you suck at it, you'll know you suck at it. What did Wayne Gretzky say? You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. And I just did that hockey analogy because, well, that's the only thing hockey fans are going to hear this year. That's going to make them happy. And I'm not a Wayne Gretzky guy, but that's a brilliant quote. And by the way, I'll be on Love You Mean It with Whitney Cummings tonight at 10:30 on E. I just wanted to how great is that? After a brilliant Wayne Gretzky quote, I make it about me. So good luck, Matt, but try it. Whoever's next, Travis.
Ryan in California.
This is the 2 out of 3 calls have been from Ryans. That means nothing. Hi, Ryan.
Hey, Jim. Just had a question.
Sure.
I've never negotiated or picked up, a hooker, and I know you have massive amounts of experience.
I do.
Yeah, can you just maybe walk through things to be aware of, good tactics? I don't know. I'm thinking about doing it, and I don't want to get screwed over, rolled, whatever.
Well, now, do you want to do it? Because the game has changed a lot since I started. For me, it was always street girls. So I'd ride around, and I would kind of know that they were hookers. Now, you want to do it in the street, or do you want to call on a computer, or how do you want to do it?
No, there aren't any street prostitutes where I'm at, so it's going to be more through kind of an online thing.
I would suggest what you do is you Google the phone number, first of all. Get the phone number, Google it, and you see if they have a lot of other ads in other places as different names. It might be an agency who will bait and switch you. But if you see them coming up in the same place as the same girl, then it might be legit. Then you might want to go to the eroticreview.com. I've plugged that site and see if they have a review online and see what other people are saying about them. You have to pay for it, but it's worth it because if you see them all getting good reviews, that means that they are probably legit. And don't try to discuss details on the phone because they're not going to talk to you about details on the phone.
Okay.
But I would suggest joining the eroticreview.com and looking around on like Eros Guide and just try to cross-reference a little bit. That's the one advantage to computers. You can cross-reference. It's the one thing. Did I talk about this last week? The CIA and the FBI do not cross-reference, and had they cross-referenced, we probably would not have had a 9/11. So that's what we can learn from 9/11. When you're going to go out and get blown, cross-reference. All right, my friend?
Great. Thanks, Jim.
Good luck, buddy.
Bye.
Art in Pennsylvania.
Oh, my favorite place to go to look at it. Oh, wordplay jokes. I hope that Matt in Arizona. See, that's something I would write down. Talk to a guy named Art in Pennsylvania. I said, what are you, hanging on the wall or something? Hello, Arthur.
Hey,
I don't like your drinking,
I have a
Arthur.
experience with this, but I wanted to ask you what your reaction was to when you went to Brazil. You said you took 100 milligram Viagra.
Yes.
I had experience with took 30 milligrams of Cialis, and after sex all night, I wanted to fuck my aluminum siding in the morning.
Yes.
But I was just curious of how did you behave with 100 milligrams of Viagra, which I can't even believe.
Oh, I thought you were actually going to ask me about an aluminum siding question, a tip. Homemaking tips. Oh, I would always say, fuck the doily first. Once your cock is used to the doily, you're roughing it up. No, well, it's different, dude. Cialis and Viagra are different. I believe 20 or 30 milligrams of Cialis equals 100 milligrams of Viagra. I don't think there's any such thing as a 100 milligram pill of Cialis or Levitra. So, again, ask your doctor about that, like I did. But I took 100 milligrams because I'm an addict. So, if I probably could have got by on 25 or 50. But me and Keith Robinson were taking them. And, I just remember me and Patrice looking at our fucking hard-ons, my hard-on with my robe on, tenting and just laughing like children at where we were. We're both there naked, this giant black guy and me. Our dumb bare legs are showing, our dumb comedian legs. And we both have wristbands on our left wrist. Girls are treating us much sexier than they should have. And we're looking at the outline of my penis in my robe, giggling like fucking 8-year-olds. So, be careful with that stuff though, dude. You don't want to overuse it. Take a 25 milligram of Viagra. You probably don't need 100 milligrams, dude.
No, I was just curious of what you behaved like, because I know when I took that 30, that was the first time that my girlfriend said, enough, we're done. I can't do this anymore. It was like, yeah, I finally wore her out. Finally, but it
becomes uncomfortable. It's hard to come. You have to jerk off too hard and too long to come. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend against it. It's not needed. Take a lesser dose and just enjoy it. Your dick doesn't have to be so hard that you never come. That's a man addict type of thing.
Yeah,
so,
it is kind of an addicting thing. I will admit that. But it was an interesting event. And when I heard about the 100, I just had to ask, and I was just like, that's just crazy. So.
Yeah, it was ridiculous, but it's a different milligram. So thank you, my friend.
All right, pretty cool. But...
Yes.
Ian in Utah.
Oh, hello, Ian.
Good morning, Jimmy. How are you doing this morning?
I'm fine, thank you. I've been eating carrots.
Well, you'll be able to see in the dark.
That's right. You ever see a rabbit with glasses? Take us out. Go ahead, kid. I used to love that joke. You know what joke I used to love when I was a kid? What's invisible and smells like carrots? Bunny farts. That joke always makes me laugh because little bunny farts. Go ahead, sir.
Hey, I was referencing back to one of your earlier callers. The sex does get better after I got kids too, and my youngest now is 10, and my wife has opened up this whole new sexual side to her.
Oh, okay.
And it's good. I mean, she's really experimenting a lot. Actually, talking about bringing other people into the bedroom. I mean, kind of crazy like that.
A guy or a girl, or both?
She doesn't care. Yeah, both. She just is really just kind of opened up.
That's great.
She was really conserved before, so yeah, it is. It's really good. But we're going on a cruise, and me.
Oh, cool! Drive safe. I'm sorry.
I've never really been one to take like drugs or anything like that, but she's really lately wanted to try and.
What kind of drugs?
She wants to try ecstasy.
Honestly, dude, I mean, like, you know, once you have kids, that's usually the time to start experimenting with fucking hard drugs. We wanted to wait till we had children, and then we began tying off and booting heroin with our Haitian friends. You know, I don't know enough about ecstasy, to be honest. I've never done it. I don't know how addicting it is. It's like, look, if you're experimenting and she's being dirty and open, it could be great sex, but I've heard the come down from ecstasy is fucking horrifying. So it's almost like if you're experimenting with this stuff and you're being dirty, why chance it? Like, why chance fucking up this great new place you are sexually by doing a really hard drug? I wouldn't recommend it. Maybe you smoke a little grass and fucking try to eat each other's genitals with cotton mouth, and then you laugh at how terrible you are at it. I don't know enough about ecstasy. Talk to people who've done it, buddy. I've never done it.
Okay, yeah, and I wasn't sure, and I've read that too, that and that it gets addicting, and that's why my question was if it was one of those things where once you have it, then you always have to be at that level in order to, have any kind of good time. So
right, you don't want to do that because look where you are right now. You're both branching out into other areas. Like, hey, let's have other people come in. Maybe we'll fuck in the air. When you're in that, let's try to keep this going thing. You don't want to start upping it because once you get to a level, it's hard to go back to the lower level. Like if you bring a person in, I had a couple threesomes with a couple of girls I dated, and I've never watched a girl fuck a guy, but I had one girl, and we would see this other couple. And I would just watch her suck the guy's dick, and then the other girl would suck my dick. But I was glad that we didn't move to sex. Like, maybe you start with oral sex or something like that, where if it's uncomfortable, you haven't gone all the way. Like, you know what I mean? Ease into that shit, dude, because once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Right. No, and that makes perfect sense.
And be careful with the ecstasy. I would always say be careful of hard drugs. You got kids. You don't need to be doing fucking ecstasy, dude. Just tie each other up. Let her put on a strap on, fuck you in the ass, spit on you. You laugh about it later while you're having your Sanka in the morning.
I'd rather take ecstasy.
Yeah, you and me both.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Be good, buddy.
Henry in Pennsylvania.
Oh, hello, Henry.
Oh, Jimmy!
Henry!
Hey.
Hi, buddy.
You've traipsed all over the world, and you've obviously been a connoisseur with women of the night. So I was just wondering where you and Patrice, where you guys have had the best experience, and what were the best ones? What got the highest grades?
I like the fact that you pluralized the wrong person, women of the nights, like I'm fucking King Arthur's chicks. Yes, I'm eating their smelly pussies as they wipe their hands on dogs because napkins haven't been invented yet. Brazil, honestly, Brazil is the only place we travel to outside of the country. But I would say that my best hooker experiences have been in New York. I mean, because the variety here has been so good. My experiences have been so many. But the only place we travel to, like Patrice and Keith and Bobby went to Amsterdam. I never did Amsterdam. Patrice went to England. I don't know if he got hookers there. And he went to Brazil with his girlfriend. For me, the only out-of-country traveling with friends hooker experience I had was in Brazil. So I'd have to say there. But here, the homegrown ones, I don't like the lack of language communication. I like the communication. I like being able to talk because half of what makes us dirty is the mental, the exchange between each other. I don't like thinking someone's doing it because their children are starving. That turns me off because I'm a piece of shit, but I'm not a predator. I don't like predatory things. I don't like fucking, honestly, kids. I don't like innocence. I like fucking dirtbags who are very aware of how dirty they're being. So I need the commonality of language.
Yeah, down the hole looking to go deeper.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even know what that means. I just said exactly.
You're my king, and I just wanted to say thanks because, you guys have been great to give me so many laughs over the years, so this might not get to talk to you again over Christmas time. So just want to say thanks, and you guys are the best. You're my king, Jimmy.
Thank you, bud. That's very nice. And you probably will not be. It's safe to say you won't be talking to me over the Christmas time since we've never met. I don't see us Christmasing together. Well, if I don't see you at the holidays, you won't. No, thanks for the call, man. I appreciate it.
Love you, Jim.
This is great. Take care, buddy.
Kyle in Alabama.
Hi, Kyle.
Hi, Jim.
How you doing, buddy?
All right. One of my good friends, we were in each other's weddings, and over the past year and a half, 2 years, it's kind of, we don't hang out anymore, and it's really, honestly, and I think we would both agree, it's because of his wife. He kind of got the whole new set of friends, the whole new. And he's done it to other people. There's a couple of my buddies that still hang out with him, but he's kind of traded it in. And I guess my question is do I just kind of let it run its course like it has the past 6 to 9 months, or I just feel like I need to say something, or it's going to kind of stay with me a little bit, but I don't want to get to where I'm criticizing his wife and
yes,
and that stage. It's a delicate situation, so I appreciate any kind of advice you would have.
You can't come between him and his wife. Maybe you talk to him. You might say something like, hey, I like being married. He'll probably go, that's all right. And you could go like, you ever think of having her killed? But if you don't want to go that route, you could say something like, hey man, I feel like we don't hang out as much. Hey, look, I don't want to be a pussy about it, but I kind of miss seeing you. Maybe leave his wife out of it because you never want to pit yourself against his wife. Because in fairness, he should choose her because he's married to her. Obviously, there's something about her he likes or loves because he married her. So maybe she's being cunty and judgmental on his friends, or maybe he's just enjoying her more. I don't know what.
Here's the one. Sorry to step on you. Here's the one thing that is kind of confusing on my part is they're hanging out in groups of 5 or 6 or whatever. They go do different things and whatnot. But 2 of the guys that they hang out with or that are in this quote new circle are guys she banged in college.
Oof.
Now, and that's where I get to where, and believe me, this is not going to, I have a lot of friends that have a good time. I have a wife and I have a kid and that's not a problem. But
sure,
that's what I'm thinking is if this is something about me, I guess, but if he can hang around with guys that she banged in college, then I'm just really blown away of what it could possibly be.
I don't know. Who knows what? Excuse me. Maybe he's just enjoying them more. Not to be a dick to you, but maybe he's enjoying them more in this period of his life. What's that?
How's that not being a dick to me?
No, but I mean, I'm saying like I'm not trying to, but
I know.
Literally that might be it. Maybe he's just enjoying them more, or maybe those are her friends. And he's a little pussy whipped at this point, and he's just trying to start off on the right foot. I don't know. My suggestion would be to talk to him without bringing her into it. He knows what conversations he and his wife have. You're not going to say, hey, I think your wife is saying something. And he's going, oh, my God, you're right. She did say that to me last night after we fucked. He's privy to those conversations, and you're not. So if you say we're not hanging out as much, he will absolutely know whether or not his wife has been influencing that. So don't put that on him. Do not pit yourself between him and his wife because he will choose her. I would just suggest come to him honestly. Say, hey, brother, I miss seeing you. Or maybe you don't have to use Hulk Hogan lingo like I did. But then you fucking, leg slam him on the floor or whatever the fuck that dumb finishing move. Or maybe like Hulk Hogan, you can have sex with his wife, while he films it from the handy cam and the fucking ceiling fan. But I would talk to him without at all accusing her. All right.
All right, man. I appreciate it. I'm going to try to make it to Nashville to see you. So.
Good luck, my friend. I would hope so. And, listen, we're out of time. I wish we weren't. We started a couple minutes late, but we got the reads out of the way, right? No, good. I got one. What do you mean one more? I haven't done one yet.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Just
God.
one. Yep.
Is this the same one?
No.
Oh, it's a different email. Hold on.
Hang on.
Oh, here it is. Okay. This guy threatened me. He got to call me up. He goes, this is it. You have no time left. And I wrote back. I said, what do you mean, dude? He goes, you have to get the woman in your life a gift today or else. Apparently, this guy is afraid that I have a woman in my life who I'm not going to get a gift for, and he wants me dead. And I said, well, I don't know what you mean. And he goes, you want it to be a great gift. And so I wrote, I don't know what the answer is, dude. And he writes back, the answer is easy. Steven Singer. So, of course, I write back, why? This was a really long Gmail exchange. He says to me, because if you order from Steven Singer right now, you'll receive the item before Christmas. So I write back, well, fuck you, I'm not paying for shipping. He writes back, fuck you, you don't have to, it's Steven Singer. Like, what are you talking about? He says Steven Singer has free shipping, you cocksucker. And I'm like, yeah, bullshit. No one's going to guarantee me that. He goes, yeah, fuck your mother. Steven Singer guarantees it to arrive on time. And I'm like, what am I going to do about my dick? He goes, you can't beat it. I'm like, why can't I? It's my dick. He goes, forget the dick. You can't beat this deal. I'm like, dude, I don't know where I'm going to go. Maybe there's other places. And he writes me back, Jim, this is where it got nice again. Why would you go anywhere else? Steven Singer has the best gifts for the holidays. And I'm like, yeah, but the whole shipping thing. He's like, cocksucker, I already told you. Free shipping. And I'm like, yeah, big deal. What if he charges me and I want to send it back? Then I'm fucked. He says, stupid. There's a 90-day no-hassle money-back guarantee. And I'm like, dude, I'm fucking lazy. I hurt my back. I don't want to get up. He goes, yeah? Well, you don't even have to move to check it out. And I'm like, bullshit. How does that happen? Magic? He goes, no, do you have a computer? I said, yes. We're emailing. He said, then go to IHateStevenSinger.com, you fucking tranny lover, and you can look at his great collections. And I said, you know what, dude, you're making sense, but I can't even remember what you said. He goes, don't forget, Steven Singer has super silver Argentium with diamonds. I'm like, you know what, dude, that sounds pretty intriguing. Tell me more. He goes, well, the love necklace makes a great gift. I'm like, dude, but how much? He says, $129. I'm like, hey, not bad. I'm like, is it beautiful? He goes, is it beautiful? Steven Singer's super silver Argentium is not only beautiful. I'm like, but what color is it? I fucking hate things that are dark. He goes, well, dude, you're in luck. It's whiter and it's brighter than platinum. And I'm like, well, I like white gold. He goes, fuck white gold. This is whiter and brighter than this platinum and traditional sterling silver. So I wrote back, LOL. This collection doesn't sound like it can get any better. And he writes back, LOL, it can't. And I'm like, ROFL with Steven Singer's fast shipping. It sounds like I'll have a great gift in time for the holidays. And he writes back, you will, Jimbo, you will. Let's agree to agree. And I'm like, dude, I live in the Big Apple. He goes, well, you better take the train to Philly. And it's at the other corner of 8th and Walnut. Because he knows I go to Philly a lot. And there's a place called the Transsexual Hangout. And I'm like, well, that's on the corner of 8th and Walnut. And he goes, well, you're already there. It's the other corner of 8th and Walnut. And I'm like, well, I might just want to call. Because sometimes I like to call. He goes, well, dial 888. I hate Steven Singer. And online at IHateStevenSinger.com. Check me out on Whitney Cummings tonight, my friends, on E at 10:30. I had a great time doing Love You Mean It with Whitney. And she is fucking stunning on television. And I will see you next week. I hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you for your great calls. Christmas is next week. Uncle Paul is hosting a Christmas special. So I'll see you in 2 weeks. And I am really enjoying the show. I hope you are too. Thank you, guys.